Hi, my name is Sharon. I'm the founder of Melbourne Kinesiology and Detox Center. I'm a kinesiologist, spiritual healer, and a Reiki master and teacher. I have a diploma in kinesiology, and currently I'm completing my diploma in counselling. Today's subject is procrastination, inner truth, and confrontation. Procrastination stops you from touching your inner truth, hence your confrontation. Whether it's with yourself or with someone else, it's the way or what we're actually trying to avoid. Procrastination is about avoidance. Avoidance of your reality. Avoidance of a form of reality. Avoidance of what you have or don't have. It's something that you try to deny that is there. When we are procrastinating, we have two options. One option is to actually do the things that we need to do, face them, observe them, decide what we're doing in relation to them, meaning taking responsibility. When we are taking responsibility, we can take action. But if we are in procrastination and we're choosing to be in denial, we're just maintaining the same situation as it is. Sometimes we are projecting our need on someone else. Actually, most time we're doing this. However, it is a projection of our own need to observe and to be with truth to a certain situation. How many of you stayed in a situation much longer than what you needed? How many of you said, I'll do it later and later and later, and never did? How many of you decided that to keep the peace is better than to confront yourself and to tell yourself, this is not right? You know what? I'm not staying in this situation. In a way, when we are looking at our life, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror or through someone else's eyes and ask yourself, am I being 100% truthful to myself? Am I avoiding things in my life because it's much more easier? I'll keep the peace. I don't have to stir so many things. I just want to be as I am. For many people, when you say the word confrontation, they get terrified. What can they do? Oh my God, I will not awaken the beast. I do not want to confront this because that means trouble. That means that everything around me will change. I have to keep the peace. I cannot do that. And who are they compromising? Themselves. Confrontation does not have to have a negative connotation. Confrontation is expressing your own truth. True, many people may not like your truth. But you know what? It is your own truth. So, are you willing to compromise your own truth for yourself in order to accommodate other people's truth? Is that of the same value to you? Where do you value yourself? It doesn't mean that you have to be radical with your actions. But it means that you are 100% aware of what you're doing, when you're doing, how you're doing. Some people may decide, you know what? I'm overweight. I'm not going to procrastinate it anymore. And when I'll be ready, I will deal with that. The awareness and owning the truth doesn't mean that you have to do something right here, right now. but it means that you have to be aware of it right here, right now. Otherwise, you're in the dark. Now, if you haven't reached the stage of awareness, you may not be aware that you are procrastinating, and that is fine. However, it is time for you to observe the rooms of your house, of your soul, of your essence, and see, is everything here is intact? Am I happy with everything that is here? And if you are, fantastic. But at least you are aware of what you have and what you don't have. Clearing a house is often a very good metaphor of where you are in your own life. So it's time to go and check all the rooms, or one room, all the cupboards, all the drawers, all the piles of papers that may be there. You may find there bills, which is duties. You may find there hidden money, which is rights. You don't know what it is. Most of the times, we're actually more scared of the result, of the consequences, of the possible confrontation. Why are we so scared? If you are truthful to yourself, no result should shake you. Because it is your own truth. Some people come to me and they say, I don't even know how much my debt is. Okay, face it. I don't even know how much I'm paying on my credit card. What is actually the interest? So you just keep paying it? Why don't we stop, have a look? How much do you actually owe? How much do you actually have? Then you can say, what can I do about it? Then you're actually taking responsibility and then choosing to take action. Check out your relationship with yourself or with other people around you. What are they actually doing? Are they supporting you? Are they building you up? Or are they actually helping you to suppress it? Many people with addictions are utilizing their addiction as a lead to cover up everything that needs to be surfaced. Because if they will let go of the addiction, things may actually surface up. So whether it's alcohol, sugar, drugs, doesn't really matter. TV, sex, whatever it is a diversion, a lid from the true essence of their emotions. And that is a procrastination of actually looking at their situation. It is okay, and I have as well lots of people that I talk to and they say, yeah, that chocolate was just now a diversion. At least they're aware of it, that they're doing it, and they're choosing to do it. So I think that what actually comes up is that you don't have to do it on the spot, but at least you're aware. So what is your self-awareness? Where is it? When you're feeling stronger, then take action. Take responsibility. Even if the responsibility means step by step by step by step, you're building it up. It's a journey. It is not from here to there, boom. It's not about being a perfectionist. It's not about doing it in one go necessarily. Being a perfectionist, it's about taking it to where you need to get. And the point is to do it in a way that will build you up. So in relation to self-responsibility, what is your truth? And in order to see the truth, you need to be evolving your procrastination. So let's go back. Are you procrastinating? If so, what? What is the inner truth that you are trying to suppress? And what can you do about it? If you can now stop, have a look. What are the things? It's like a siren that comes to your head. what are the things that you can actually need to look at in your life? And this is when the alarm bells are happening. So what are the truths that you have to look in your life? If you were 100% free right here, right now, what would you do in your life? So when you are connecting to the truth, to your inner truth, you're reaching a space of calmness. You know the results of the possible or potential confrontation. You are just bringing your consciousness into the front. So then you're already aware of what's going to happen or not. You're already aware of who you are and what you are. So when you are coming and expressing your truth, it doesn't have to be in any verbally abusive, upsetting, war type of expression. It comes from inner peace. You're taking away all the chaos, all the dramas, all the fluffing around with external noises, and you're putting it inside in stillness. And when you are in stillness, nothing can move you. It doesn't really matter if it's a day, if it's night, if it's Sunday, if it's Monday. The truth is one. If you are happy, you're happy. Right? So if you are happy, how are you choosing to maintain it? By binding yourself down to other people's realities, to other people's truths, to other people's belief system? You're becoming part of the machine. You're becoming part of what you're being expected to be, but it's not necessarily who you are. Now, I'm not encouraging you here for a rebel. I'm encouraging you for self-truth. And if you choose to take an action or not, it is your choice. It is your reality. Even if externally you choose to do exactly the same actions, inside you know who you are and what you are. If it serves your interest to obey or to follow certain behaviors, you do that. Not a problem. The point is that you will have no judgment on what you do, as long as you are truthful to it, as long as you have confronted yourself and not covering anything with the lid. Does it make sense to you? Check out how many behaviors you actually do and you are covering up for something that is not really you. Check it out. Have a look. How many times you have suppressed yourself from not doing something because of the fear of the reaction of others? How many times have you done it? One of my clients he's a male who chose to spend his life with other males. I've asked him, how long have you suppressed your awareness of being a homosexual before you actually expressed it out? So he realized it when he was 13. But only at the age of 17 he expressed it to his parents. How many people actually live in the closet? Not necessarily only for their sexuality, but for other values, other ideas. How many people are staying in bad relationships because they cannot upset themselves or society or whatever it is? When people are unhappy, they first of all have to acknowledge that to themselves that they are unhappy. Now, what do I need to do to be happy? How can I fix the situation? What action can I take to make myself happy? If that client of mine would have known that his parents will throw him out of the house when he expressed it to them, it could have happened. Luckily for him and for them, they have accepted him as he is, which is a fantastic thing. But only when that person was aligned with his awareness, with his inner truth, he could confronted the situation and express his own truth. How strong and wise and brave is that? This is extremely courageous. How many people do not do that? Because of the fear of family reaction, society reaction, any other reaction that will take them away from their own action. So, in a way, what is it that we need to do in order to be truthful to who we are and what we are? Let's give you some instructions. So let us recap about what we spoke about this far. The structure is extremely simple. In the head of the pyramid, we have procrastination. You have two options with procrastination: staying in it or connecting to your inner truth. When we are connecting to the inner truth, you have to confront yourself. The self-confrontation meaning that you bring your consciousness up to the front. You're actually surfacing up all the emotions or the thoughts that you have been trying to avoid by the procrastination. Hence, what we spoke about before, the lid that we put in the relation or in the form of sugar, alcohol, sometimes addiction, social addictions, or lack of social awareness. All those things or all those behaviors that we are taking in order to avoid our inner truth. So when you are with your inner truth, your awareness is growing. You are able to bring your everything up to the front, and then you are able to give yourself a choice of taking responsibility. From the responsibility, that means that you are owning who you are and what you are, and what is the situation, which is extremely relieving, because whether you like it or not, this is it. Now what do we do with it? It's the same thing with an overdraft or with excess interest. It doesn't really matter, at least you know what it is. Then comes the choice of the action. What do I do about it? Or do I choose now not to do anything about it? Which is fine. But it is your truth, your awareness. Jacob worked for Rachel and Leah. He worked, first of all, 7 years. He knew that was the agreement. And then his father-in-law tricked him, gave him the other sister. He had to work another 7 years. He knew it. It sucked. It wasn't really fun, but he knew up front what is it that he had to do. He took responsibility and stayed there for 7 and then another 7 years. So he could have had a choice after the 7 years to say, you know what, I'm not doing it. I don't want her, I'm going, I'm out of here. But no, he chose, he did, and he continued to take responsibility until he reached to where he wanted to reach. Some people who come to me with weight management. Oh, I want to shed 50 kilos, 30 kilos, 20 kilos, 2 kilos. Take responsibility and be aware. It is gram by gram by gram. You're not just going to wake up tomorrow morning with 50 kilos less or 2 kilos less if you're healthy. It's going to be by 500 gram, 200 gram, kilo and a half. That's all okay. It is a journey, but you're taking responsibility. But then if you're going to a party or a wedding or anything that you choose to have, the cream cake or the alcohol or whatever it is, it may push you back. Take responsibility, move on. Does it make sense? Because otherwise you say, oh, now I had this cream cake, I might as well go for everything and doesn't matter. No, you took it. Take responsibility. Be aware that you may gain another 200 gram, 300 gram, a kilo, and you just start it again. Otherwise, what have you done? All your effort has just gone. Does that make sense? So once that you do not procrastinate, you are being aware, you're taking responsibility, you are free to take action. Good for you. On the other hand, when you're being in denial and you keep on procrastinating, what happened? You stay the same because you can't see it. So then what happened? Happens the reaction. You are starting to sabotage yourself. You are in a victim mode, a martyr mode. You're self-abusing yourself. And then, if you're choosing to project it on other and blame it on other and resenting others, you're starting to be abusive on them. So you're definitely unhappy. Show me an abusive person who is extremely happy. They're not happy, otherwise they wouldn't do it, would they? So what do we need to do about it now that we have realized what it is? To make a choice. So what choice do you make? What are you procrastinating in your life? Where is your inner truth? And how do you take responsibility to confront yourself and move on? I wish you a very good observation of yourself that will allow you to see the reality of your life. Reality is about what is real. It's not whether it's good or bad, rosy or black. It doesn't matter at all. It is the reality. We live in Melbourne. We wake up to every different reality every day. Yesterday was 36 degrees. Tomorrow is 27 and rain. Tomorrow is 25 and sunny. This is the reality. Is it good? Is it bad? Who puts the value on it? Does it really matter? What matter is, am I aligned with my own truth? So I ask you, are you aligned with your own truth? You may be in some parts of your life, yes. Other parts of your life you don't. But I ask you if you can to raise the awareness of what you are aligned and what you are not. Your action may be taken at a later stage, but you have realized, maybe like Jacob, you can only do it in few years. You can only do the certain things at a certain time, and that is perfectly okay as long as you're aware of it. So I wish you a good, gentle, direct observation of who you are and what you are, and declutter your life. Declutter the things in your home. Be easy to observe who you are, what you are, and how truthful you are in your own reality. Thank you for watching this clip, and until the next one.